Today we're looking at an ultra lightweight coffee maker to take outdoors with you. You can use it indoors as well, which I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, but this is really for those people that like to go lightweight hiking, which I do. I've been on a bit of a quest over the years. It started with the AeroPress and then I moved on to the hand presso, the hand presso auto, nano presso, the now presso, the star esso, the presso pump. Jesus, I've been through a lot of products. They've all led me to this titanium pour over coffee maker. It says coffee and tea maker, but I'm not going to be using it for tea. This is made from like a pure top grade titanium. This is going to be as light and as tough as you can get. You don't need no paper filter for it, so you can guarantee it's not going to interfere at all with the flavours. Now, if any of you have got titanium gear like I have, you'll know it's not cheap. This is a premium product and it comes at a price tag. Now, there's a reason for that price tag and I can sort of understand it, because the engineering that's gone into this product is pretty special. There's something like 20,000 perforations. The holes are just so tiny. It's such an impressive piece of engineering. This really does look a bit special. I think it's won a design award as well. Anyway, let me show you it. First off, it comes in a really posh stitched leather case. As much as I love this case, it probably weighs as much as the product inside it does, so I really want to keep it in the case, but for the purpose of going ultralight on a hike, I probably would leave this behind, unfortunately. So this case weighs 73 grams, which is pretty light really. If I was to put this on scales, that's 260 grams. I'll tell you what the AeroPress weighs. Right, so the AeroPress, which is a plastic product, 180 grams. 100 grams, guys. This is nearly twice as light, and there's no cup on an AeroPress. You've got yourself a double-walled titanium mug. The actual portion of the product that makes the coffee, that weighs 20.6 grams. I don't think you can get no lighter than that. This is probably the lightest portable coffee maker there is that's not, you know, just a bit of paper, pretty much. Look, here's my cook kit, guys. It's all titanium, obviously. And look at this. It drops right in there. The way this works, you've got this section here that clips over the cup like that. Then you've got this that drops on the top. And there you go. Now this cup is only 200 millilitres. So if you like a really massive coffee, you might find this cup's a little bit too small for you, but it's just right for me. I've been testing all different types of coffee from home, different grinds, different times, just to dial it in, which is what you really want to do when you get a product like this. Get yourself a set of digital scales, preferably with a decimal place. These ones I found are really good. Now once you've dialed it in, you don't really need to go out and take scales with you. So I'm confident I could take just this, leave the scales at home. It's got to come with me. The Hario Slim ceramic mill. This is, in my opinion, a must-have for making decent coffee outdoors. You need to get yourself one of those. A drip kettle. It makes such a difference when you're pouring compared to using a regular kettle. You just can't get the accuracy and the flow. I don't think I'd be taking that on a hike with me. I'd probably just be pouring directly out of my titanium pot. I want to just tell you a little bit about something I found. I think it was on a Reddit post. Yeah, it was on Reddit. The coffee compass. I'll put a link in the description to it. It's like a diagram. Once you've made your coffee, you taste it and you adjust accordingly to get into the sweet spot for your taste. And that's what I've been using, and it works so well. I don't think it works with espressos, but it does work with like the AeroPress or a pour over. So that's what I've been doing, and I've really dialed it in. So let's do it, shall we? Right, some of you might think this is a bit over the top, but I'm actually using mineral water. in the kettle. Obviously you can use tap water, but when you consider that probably over 80% of your drink is water, why not use decent water when you're making a decent coffee? Hey, look at this, guys. Nanopresso drying station. That's when you know that you're in love with a product, when it's got its own little space in your kitchen. So I'm using this coffee at the moment. It's from a roaster in London. It's Columbia Single Origin. Notes of chocolate, toffee and raspberry. Okay, so what I do is I turn on my digital scales and then I drop the bottom portion of my Hario mill on, and then I just zero it out. And now what I can do is just drop that back on there. 13 grams. There you go, 14.8, and I'd say that's a medium. What I've been doing is just grabbing this, giving it a click, trying one. If it's taking a little bit too long, then I just bring it back a click, and that's all you need to do to dial that in. I've been aiming for 3 minutes maximum, 2.5 to 3 minutes. Now I'll show you the preheating and cleaning phase. I drop this in there like that, and then just add enough water for it to cover all the tiny perforations, and then I just get my fingers either side and I do that, and that is just flushing out those tiny holes, and it's also heating up the cup and it's heating up the filter at the top. Now I'll just pour that off. So I've got a nice hot cup there. Now I get this and I just clip it on the top, drop this on, add my coffee. Now that is just shy of the top of those perforations. Put it on my scales and I re-zero it. Now I get my stopwatch. Okay, so the first phase is I start this and I put 30 grams of water into the top just to let that bloom, and you'll see the bubbles coming up where it's just giving off its gases. Now this is just going to be for about 30 seconds. Okay, so once that's done, I'll start my pour. I'm just pouring around the edge like so, and I'll take it all the way to the top pretty much, and then I maintain it. So you can see the weight increasing on the scales and the timer's running. Now if I was concerned at all about that flow rate, what I would do is just lift this up and tap it down like that, and that seems to just improve that flow, but I think the timing's quite good as it is. Now everyone's going to have their different method, but this is what's been working well for me. I want that weight to be around 220 grams. Once it reaches that, I'm finished with the pour, and then I just let it continue to drip. Now that flow rate is just slowed down a little bit, so if I just break that surface tension, then the flow improves again. So that is pretty much finished now, and if you look at the time, 2 minutes 30, I'm happy with that. And there we go, guys. Can you see my hammock in the background? It's been so hot in the UK over the last couple of weeks. I've been sleeping in my hammock in the garden. Alright, so now the best part, the taste. Yeah, that's exactly how I like my coffee. There's no paper filter. You've got that oil, you've got the acidity. It's not overpowering because I've got it just how I like it. There is that tang to the coffee that you might not get if you was just using a paper filter. Now I wouldn't adjust that at all. That would be bang on in the middle of my coffee compass. If you wanted a little less kick to your coffee, then you might not use 14.8 grams. You might take that down to 13.5 grams. It's all about dialing in your coffee and getting it how you like it. I'm getting to the end now, and I can show you what's left in the bottom. Not bad at all really, considering it's not going through paper. But I'm going to tell you the price now. If I told you the price at the start, you probably wouldn't have watched this video. But now, maybe I've just convinced you that it's worth worth the money. $199. I know, but you never know. Prices could come down. It might be on sale. I'll put a link in the description which will take you to your local Amazon store, and you can check that price, because you never know, they might discount it. But for me, $199, that is what, maybe 120 quid. I might pay 50 quid for that mug on its own, so that's dropped it down. And if you look at the engineering that has gone into that product, I can sort of understand the price. I really can. And for those of you that are seriously into your coffee and going outdoors, maybe it's within your price range. I'm telling you guys, coffee tastes best outdoors. You can spend thousands of dollars on a state-of-the-art coffee machine at home, but as soon as you step out of these four walls, what have you got? Nothing. So you buy something like this, like the AeroPress or the NanoPresso, you dial it in indoors like I've just done, and then you go outside with it. You're guaranteed top quality coffee wherever you are in the world. As always, there's links in the description to the products on Amazon, and also there'll be a link to my full website review, which probably will have some more details and stuff that I've discovered along the way. So check that out, and if you enjoyed the video, leave me a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. If you've got any tips for pour over coffees, please feel free to share them with me. I'm fairly new to it. I've got a V60 coming today actually that I'm going to be exploring, and I'll be doing some direct comparisons between this and the V60, so that should be interesting. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, because I'm not sure if you would have seen my previous video for the NanoPresso review, but I mentioned that I'm going to be doing a massive giveaway courtesy of the guys at the Operators Coffee Club, and that's still coming. I'm just taking a little longer than I expected I would. But in the meantime guys, thanks for watching, really appreciate your views, and I'll see you soon.